Have you ever seen a Liverpool performance where everything seemed to click? Well, today, we're diving into all the big headlines from Anfield, and let me tell you, there's plenty to talk about. Mohamed Salah isn't just scoring goals, he's turning heads with something you wouldn't expect. And what about Arne Slot's big message about Salah and Virgil van Dijk's contracts? Oh, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Plus, that 4-1 win over Ipswich, was it just another day at the office, or was it the kind of performance that screams title contenders? Stay with me until the end, because I'll break it all down for you in a way only a true red can. But before we get into it, do me a quick favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single second of this season's drama. Let's get into it, up the Reds. Alright, listen up, mate. Let me walk you through what just happened at Anfield today. Liverpool 4, Ipswich Town 1, a classic, no-nonsense kind of game, the sort you dream of at this stage of the season. It was all about control, dominance, and, let's be honest, a bit of a stroll in the park. By half-time, we were 3 goals up and practically sipping tea. That's how smooth it was. Ipswich? Well, bless them, they came into this one already battered and bruised, trying to avoid another drubbing but deep down probably expecting it. They set up like a team desperate not to concede but had so little fight in the first half that Liverpool just camped out in their final third, threw away the key, and got comfy. It was almost too easy, no threat, no plan, no answers. And when you compare them to a side like Crystal Palace or Brentford, you realise the difference. Those teams at least have an outball, something to push back with. Ipswich? Not so much. But make no mistake, mate, it wasn't handed to us on a silver platter. Liverpool made it look easy because we grafted for it. The quality, the intensity, that's what forced Ipswich into submission. It's everything Jurgen Klopp has wanted, a straightforward, controlled game, and it's all clicking under Arne Slot's watch now. Let's talk heroes, shall we? Dominic Szoboszlai was phenomenal. He's been immense lately, but this performance was a masterclass. The lad was everywhere, clever runs, tireless pressing, and when he had the ball, he made magic happen. A goal, an assist, and those silky touches that scream class. Right now, he's arguably our best attacking player, and January's seen him step it up to another level. And Mo Salah? Oh, you knew he'd turn up, didn't you? Poor Leif Davis, the lad's probably still having flashbacks to Salah tearing him apart at Portman Road. Today, Salah didn't just pick up where he left off, he doubled down. Davis got such a torrid time that he was hauled off at half-time. Salah was relentless, and the reward was well-deserved. Now, Cody Gakpo, what a shift. 2 goals, including a scrappy but vital one just before the break that killed the game off. You wanted the hat-trick, didn't you? So did I. But still, a brace is nothing to sniff at, and his presence up top gave Ipswich headaches all day long. The second half? Look, it wasn't edge-of-your-seat stuff, but it didn't need to be. It was like a breathing exercise, in, out, calm, controlled. No drama, no surprises. Meditative football, if you like. The only things missing were Gakpo's third and the clean sheet, but you can't have it all, can you? And let's not forget the boss. Arne Slot, stepping out at the end, acknowledging the fans, sorry, you, with a calmness and respect that's becoming his trademark. He's still getting to know us, and we're still figuring him out, but you can sense something special brewing. No theatrics, no over-the-top gestures, just a nod to the journey we're all on together. Next week, though? Oh, mate, that's a whole different story. If today was cruising, next week will be bruising. It's going to be a proper battle, the sort that defines seasons. But if Liverpool can carry this momentum, you and I both know we'll be talking about something big. Now, let me tell you what went down at Anfield this weekend, because it was a proper showcase of dominance from Liverpool in that 4-1 win over Ipswich Town. But today, it's not just about the goals, oh no, it's about one man in particular who reminded everyone that he's so much more than just goals and contracts. I'm talking about Mohamed Salah. You know how it is, most of the chatter around Salah these days is about his contract situation. But on Saturday, he gave everyone something else to talk about. Yes, he bagged a beauty to make it 2-0, but there was this moment in the game that really got the crowd buzzing, and it wasn't even in front of goal. After one of his passes got intercepted by Jadon Philogene, Salah didn't sulk, didn't stop. No, he bolted back to the halfway line, chased the lad down, and won the ball back like his life depended on it. That's not just skill, that's hunger, commitment, and leadership. Even Arne Slot couldn't hold back the praise. He said it's refreshing to talk about Salah's defensive work instead of the usual contract drama or his goal-scoring exploits. And honestly, he's spot on. Slot said, playing against a team with fast wingers and a good number 9 that drops into a low block, it's tough. The only way to handle it is exactly what Mo did in that moment. He set the tone, and plenty of others followed. Now, as for the rest of the match, Liverpool were in complete control. Dominic Szoboszlai, what a player, eh? He opened the scoring early, setting the tone with his usual class and creativity. Then Salah doubled the lead, and Cody Gakpo took over, grabbing 2 goals to seal the deal. By the time Ipswich knew what hit them, Liverpool were cruising. Defensively, apart from that late corner, which, let's be honest, was a bit of a downer, Liverpool were rock solid. Slot said Ipswich barely touched our half for 85 minutes. That's what you call dominance, mate. The work rate, the aggression, the control, it was all there. Slot even admitted it was almost perfect. And here's the thing, these performances matter. We're still sitting pretty at the top of the table, 6 points clear of Arsenal. It's games like this, where you handle the business professionally and with style, that build title-winning momentum. Now, looking ahead, there's still work to be done, but with Salah leading by example, Szoboszlai pulling the strings, and Gakpo banging them in, you can't help but feel excited about what's coming. So, let's keep the faith and keep pushing. All right, mate, let me break it down for you. Liverpool 4, Ipswich Town 1, another brilliant day at Anfield, but this one wasn't just about goals or flashy moments. No, today was about heart, graft, and a bit of defensive brilliance from one of our main men, Mohamed Salah. Now, you already know Salah's the king when it comes to scoring, and at 32, he's still banging them in like clockwork. His goal to make it 2-0 was as clinical as ever, keeping us firmly 6 points ahead of Arsenal in this title race. But what caught everyone's eye, and I mean everyone, wasn't just his goal. It was that moment in the second half when Salah lost the ball upfield. Instead of shrugging it off, he sprinted back to the halfway line, won the ball off Jadon Philogene, and got us back on the front foot. That, my friend, is the kind of hunger and determination that makes him a Liverpool legend. Even Arne Slot couldn't stop singing his praises. And you know Slot doesn't dish out compliments lightly. He said it was refreshing to talk about Salah's defensive work rate for once, instead of the usual chatter about his contract or his goals. And he's right, Salah set the tone, and the rest of the lads followed. That's leadership, that's what makes this team tick. Speaking of leaders, let's talk about Virgil van Dijk. Slot had nothing but admiration for the big man at the back. He called Virgil one of the best leaders he's ever managed, not just on the pitch, but at the training ground too. He's the loudest, the most composed, and the kind of player you'd follow into battle. That's the heart of our defense right there. Now, as for the game itself, it was nearly perfect. Slot said it himself, 85 minutes of pure dominance. Ipswich barely got a sniff of our half. Their low block and quick wingers could have caused problems, but Liverpool's aggression and work rate completely nullified their counter-attacks. That late corner goal was a bit of a letdown, wasn't it? First one we've conceded from a corner all season. But honestly, when you're controlling a game that much, it's hard to be too upset. And here's the thing, performances like this don't just happen by chance. It's the hours on the training ground, the relentless drive from every player, and the mentality instilled by Slot and his staff. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. So, here we are, 6 points clear, the title race heating up, and Liverpool firing on all cylinders. The way things are going, you've got every reason to be buzzing for what's next. Now, before you go, do me a favor. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stick around, there's so much more to come. You will never walk alone.